Young Corpse TV. My name is Dean. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Casual Brew. I'm kind of loving this. It's a lot of fun for me. Loving the deck building series. We're moving forward. Full steam ahead with Dice Masters today. It's going to be a blue-green lanterns build from DC. Check it out after the break. So for today's build, we're checking out a build from the DC set War of Light. It's very thematic for the Green Lanterns. For me, personally, probably one of my favorite sets aesthetically. It's kind of a self-contained set. There's a lot of inner team building and synergy basically within the set. There's all these like weird, goofy lantern tribes that match, and synergy basically is off the colors, which you're not going to see in a lot of different sets. So it's kind of a standalone set. It was like the third or fourth set that came out for Dice Masters, and artistically speaking, I love the colors, I love the dyes. It's just so much vivid color in this set. It really is a fun experience for today's build. It's a green, blue, or blue-green, depending, potato, lantern build. Check out the curve. I'll just go ahead and throw up the graphic right now so you can see the cards. Some good stuff. Basically, these are the amount of copies that you'd probably want to run. I'll go ahead and throw this up again at the end of the video, like we always do. But coming back, basically what we're looking at is the curve. Kind of a modest curve. 1, 2, 3 3s, 1, 4, 2 5s, and a 6. So we got some low-cost buys. There's not going to be like a lord that's going to get all of our greens cheaper to buy like previous builds. So we got some cheaper stuff on the front end. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and let's check out the first. Let's start with the cheapest die first, and basically the blue lantern. Saint Walker cannot attack or block unless a green lantern die is active. I think we're running 3 blues and 5 greens. So that's the breakdown there. Cannot attack or block unless another die is active. It's a 2-buy, and basically at level 3 it's a 5/4. So it's kind of a cheap body. Big bulky body for cheap. That's kind of the synergy there. 3 in the blue, basically Worth. At the end of each turn, if you have no other active green, KO Worth and draw an extra die to your prep area, which actually is really good for ramp, because basically once the dies get knocked out, it goes back into your hand. You're going to roll it, you're going to get it back onto the field, an additional die, and basically it's really good ramp. On the body, basically level 3 is a 5/4. Level 2, he is a 3/2, and at level 1, he's a 2/1. Kind of a big beef body, for 3, it's a pretty good card. And for 3 as well, Kyle Rayner, the artist. Basically, Kyle Rayner gets +2/+2 if there's an active green lantern die. If there are 3 or more active green lanterns, he gets +5/+5 instead. So potentially a monster. At level 3 is a 4/4. Late game, you got a lot of green lanterns out, and basically that is unique to the card. So not if you have 3 or 4 copies of one card. If you have 3 Jades, it's not going to be the same as having all 3 of these cards out. But basically, you get the +5/5, making them a 9/9 late game. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Just really cool as far as the artwork goes. Blue, very strong thematic. Let's check out for 3. We got the Lantern Ring. It's basically an equipment card. It has continuous. Well, Lantern Ring is active. All of your blue and green lantern die get +1/1. So it's basically you roll the die, you leave it out there active, and it's a continuous 1/1 for all your die. Really strong. Basically, get those bodies out cheap, and we're buffing them up with the Lantern Ring. Jade. Well, Jade is active whenever another green character attacks. Draw a die and add it to your prep area. More ramping. Basically, you got your team symbol there for the synergy. You're rolling in, you're getting a lot of ramping, you're getting a lot of die. Not terrible. Level 1, it's a 2/1. Level 2, it's a 2/2. Level 3, it's a 4/4. The contrast is pretty hard to see there. But cheap fielding cost, so it's another, good body as well. Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, test pilot. Hal Jordan gets +1 attack for each other green and blue character die in the field zone. 4/2, 5/3, 6/5 respectively. You're buffing him up with the Lantern Ring. You're buffing him up with other lanterns out there. So it's kind of a straightforward synergy. Nothing too crazy, but basically within the team build, there's a lot of play between cards. Just kind of pricey though, so you're not going to get to them till later in the game. Kilowog. Kilowog gets +1 attack for each opposing face character die in the field zone for 5. Not gonna lie, this guy's eking by. I could probably swap him out. He might be on the hot seat for first to go. For 5, you're looking for something a little bit better. It's very situational. Will your opponents have character face masks in the field zone? Maybe, maybe not. But potentially with the Lantern Ring and some other stuff going on, at level 3, it's a 6/6. Not terrible, just a very average card. I got to keep my eye out for some of these newer DC sets. I don't know if they're supporting these Lantern Tribes, so I'm going to do another deep dive and see if there's anything that I could probably swap this out for. Let me know in the comments if you could, if you know something. It's Casual Brew. It's kitchen table Dice Masters. Let me know. Let me know what you would add. And the final card in the team, basically character slot for 6 is Mogo Planet-Sized Will. When fielded, you may purchase a green lantern die for half cost, rounded down, which is actually pretty huge. So you can buy another one of these bad boys for 3. You can buy another Kilowog for potentially 2. At level 3, that's a beast. 8/9, 6/6, and a 5/5. So pretty straightforward synergy there. Nothing too crazy, but a lot of fun. And as far as the Lantern action cards go, this is what I'm running. Got the right one. Yep. Lethal Force. Deal 1 damage to target character for each of your active characters. So, we're amassing lanterns. We're dealing damage. And then also for the burst symbol, also deal 1 damage to opponents. Pay 2, deal target character 1 damage. So, basically, this is good removal in the strategy. I'll get rid of some blockers. Pretty straightforward for 3. And the other 3 drop for the action card. Number 2, when purchased, you may add this die to your die bag. When used, die purchased this turn costs 1 less than their printed cost, and may be put directly into your dice bag instead of to your use pile. So you got some built-in mana ramping and cheapening of die. So potentially, pretty good. So you can kind of get that curve down even lower. So pretty straightforward, pretty fun stuff. Like I said, thematically, these dice are awesome. We're running the blue-green lanterns, and I think as far as the dice are concerned, making a lot of noise here. Just come on. Aesthetically, you got the blue-green die. For me, always, one of my favorite things. Enjoy the dice. Love the custom die. Blue, green, gray. Come on now. That's just, that just looks awesome. So, Young Corpse TV, Casual Brew, keeping the Dice Masters strong. We're going to check out some new sets. We're going to be brewing a little bit more Dice Masters. Stay tuned for some new brews. Stay tuned for the hotness. Hit subscribe, hit like, and tell a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, catch you on the next Casual Brew.